We don't see cars this year, not just Red Bull, being unreliable. We've seen very reliable machines all throughout testing, and I think that that will continue into this race and on throughout the season. What's going on, guys? This is TrackMasters, your cheat sheet to get you ready for race week. First thing I want to do is I want to talk about last week and the fireworks in Bahrain. Let's first talk about Red Bull and the fact that they are absolutely on fire. They have taken that RB18 and have used it to make this formidable beast in the RB19, which clearly is going to be untouchable all season, or what we think anyway. We've seen a car that many are saying and have rumored that they can run it 10 millimeters lower, which is life-changing in the world of Formula One because they've been able to make the floor of the car stronger. Next, Ferrari. Crazy. Ferrari have quickly cemented themselves as that number 2 team over Mercedes. Speaking of Mercedes, they've had a very rough testing. We've seen the hydraulic issues on day 2. We've also seen the impromptu meetings that their leadership is having because they cannot get the car together. And now we know that they're planning for major upgrades within the first 4 races. What is going on? Why can't they get it together? Everybody has seen that FlowViz picture showing the beautiful FlowViz flying over the RB19, and then it looks terrible when it is on the Mercedes W14. The biggest surprise out of testing, however, I would have to say is Aston Martin and their raw pace. Will that translate into the season? And also, will that raw pace be there out of testing? We've seen many go into testing looking strong, and then those teams come out into the season and they look awful. So these are definitely going to be things to watch. Now, let's jump into the track itself. A word on Bahrain. We are talking 57 laps, 5.4 kilometers, and also a race in which the left side of the track has the pole positioning. We saw Charles Leclerc win last year with Max Verstappen and Checo Perez DNFing in dramatic fashion. Second was Checo Perez, and third was Lewis Hamilton. Charles Leclerc set the fastest lap at this track in 2019, and this is a track that is known to produce great racing. We saw Checo get his first win here at the Sakir Grand Prix in 2020, so we know that we have a good race ahead of us come Sunday. Now let's go ahead and talk predictions. My big prediction, which surprise, surprise, everybody's going to, I think, agree with me for the most part. I think Max Verstappen will take this race easily. And the reason why I believe that is we don't see cars this year, not just Red Bull, being unreliable. We've seen very reliable machines all throughout testing, and I think that that will continue into this race and on throughout the season. The car is looking very well. Verstappen is clearly in his prime. I think he takes this race easily. I think Charles Leclerc, however, comes in second place. I think he's a better driver than Checo Perez, and I think Checo will take third. I think the 1-3 finish by Red Bull will cement them as the constructors' leaders heading out of race week 1 into the second race in Saudi Arabia. I can see Fernando Alonso coming in 5th place, we'll give him P5, and I can see the McLarens coming in 14th and 15th. I just wanted to highlight those because it's very clear that McLaren is in a rough spot this year. So we'll see if they can bounce back through the season or if they remain that way. 3-4 years ago, we saw Zach Brown tell us that it's going to take 3-4 years for McLaren to get to a place to where they are winning races. Now, we're seeing him still say, hey, we won't be good for another 3-4 years. Is somebody going to fire Zach Brown already and get a team principal in place that can do well with the resources given to McLaren? We know that they have similar resources to some of the top teams, yet they've squandered it and haven't done much with it. All in all, that's it from me, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into TrackMasters, and I will have an episode for you before each and every race. Look forward to seeing you tune in. Thanks.